sure audio's okay. All right, guys. So, hear me out. For those of y'all that have checked out at least one time this Seattle Seahawks rebuild, this has been a 7-part live stream series. This is probably the longest rebuild series that I've done in live streams in all of my time playing Madden on my PS4. But I think this is just going to have to be the last season, because since the second season that we did in 2024, we have not made the playoffs. We haven't even gotten to being around a 500 team. We've been constantly going 6-11, 5-12 for the majority of the last few seasons. Heavy in free agency with spending as much money as I can. This past year I did it again. I feel like I've drafted well. I have switched quarterbacks a decent amount during this rebuild. We've gone from Geno Smith to Drew Lock to Drake May to Jared Goff to now another new rookie quarterback whose last name is Justin Sayin, I believe. I know his last name's Sayin. In real life, that kid is a high school senior who's committed to Alabama. So that shows you how far this draft class has gotten to be towards the end. So that's what we're going with for the last for the 2029 season. 2029 in the NFL. In this universe, this is what it looks like for the Seattle Seahawks. So I'm going to show you what is going to be, I think, it's going to be the final rock. Julian Sayin, that's his name. This is going to be it. This is the last season I'm doing with the Seattle Seahawks rebuild. This, I think, is just one of those rebuilds, and I'm just going to have to call it after this season and say, you know what? I tried. The Seahawks cannot be rebuilt, even though we have DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith-Njigba. We had Tyler Lockett, who I traded away to get a better quarterback in Jared Goff. But, you know, that trade in reality, I think, did set this franchise back. The next rebuild that I continue with the Steelers, I'm not planning to switch quarterbacks nearly as much as I have during this rebuild, because you want to be consistent at that position. We haven't, so this is who we're going with. Julian Sayin is our starting quarterback for this season. This will be his first year in the league, and he is a 79 overall to start out with. That's not bad. Cade Klubnik, who we drafted a few years back out of Clemson, he's going to be our backup to him, and we have a guy named Howie Nowak, who is from Texas, who is the third stringer. We still have Kenneth Walker Jr. We have a 99 overall halfback now. Walker's been in the league for 7 years, and this is the best that he's ever going to get. We got a 99 running back. We also have Blake Corum backing him up. He's gotten up to an 82. He's progressed during his 5 years in the league. And we have Matt Vereen backing him up as well, who's out of Penn State. Fullback, we still have Will Hillman, who we drafted a few years ago. Jackson Smith-Njigba is now our number one receiver. Metcalf looks like he started to decline at least a little bit. He's played in this league for 10 years now at this point. Smith-Njigba is in his 6th season. So, yeah, we have Khalil Shakir, who we signed in free agency. McMillan is a guy we drafted a few years back, so he's going to get more playing time. So is Mike Matthews, Dylan Culver, and Leach. Hunter Henry, who we traded for a few years back from the Patriots. 13 years in the league. Probably about to hit the skids in terms of declining play. Caleb Edwards is our backup tight end to back him up. We still have an 88 overall Zach Thomas, been in the league for 7 years. Anthony Bradford, he's been consistently with us, but we have some young guys to back him up in case of injury. Andre James is one of our free agent signings. We have Juice Scruggs as well backing him up, and Nick Cartwright. Sam Cosme, one of our top players, right guard. And we have Beckham Sr., who we signed in free agency, I think, last season. So he is going to be our starting right tackle. So our offensive line is better, especially considering we got a young quarterback there taking snaps. Montez Sweat is our starting left end. We have Favor backing him up, as well as Jefferson. Josh Paschal and Jihad Campbell is backing him up as well. And Campbell really hasn't progressed much since we drafted him out of Alabama. So, we're drafting players, I think, that are decent players, but they're not progressing very well to be day one game-changing starters. Jordan Davis, starting defensive tackle, Daniel Dennis-Sutton, Daniel Strong, and Jonathan Radley. Left outside linebacker, Mayfie. We still have Pope, but Mayfie is starting to decline. 79 overall, 7 years in the league. Jerome Baker, the former Miami Dolphin we signed, he's an 81 overall, but at this point he's been in the league for 11 seasons. So he's getting a little bit up there in age, and we have a 73 overall Cole Holcomb, who we signed last year in free agency to be our starter, but he started to decline quickly. So yeah, but we also went out and signed Zaven Collins, the former Arizona Cardinal, 84 overall right outside linebacker, because TJ Edwards, I think, is on the last year of his deal, and he's starting to decline. He could retire this season. I don't know. Nick Hampton, and as well as Logan Campbell. So those are the backups. Corners, completely different. Kool-Aid McKinstry. We did not draft him, but the team that did draft him decided not to give him a new contract, and he's already up to an 89 overall. So we also have him, Nate Hobbs backing him up, Kyler Gordon, Christian Ezian, and Jalen Watson, who actually used to be one of our starters, is now all the way down to being our fifth corner, and Ruben Barner is backing him up as the sixth guy. Jalen Petrie, the former Houston Texan, is our new starting free safety. We need to upgrade that position because we drafted Derek Williams, but he hasn't really progressed very much. And strong safety, we still have Jamal Adams, 12 years in the league, maybe on his last leg, I don't know. Jake Elliott, kicker, Tommy Townsend, punter. Those are the 2029 Seattle Seahawks. That's the group that we're going with, and we're going to see if this roster is going to be better. And by the way, Julian Sayin was our starter last season as a rookie. He had a decent rookie season. Now that I recall, he threw for over 4,000 yards, I believe. He was in running for Rookie of the Year offensively, but I think he finished third place behind the next two guys. So, he put up some good numbers for us to show that he's our quarterback of the future, and we've upgraded the offensive line. We got some better defensive players. The defense has really been our Achilles heel for the last several seasons. We've mixed in a lot of veteran players, a lot of older players, young players. I'm trying the best I can to get this defense to be good again. So, this has been a very tough rebuild, and, it's getting to the point where if this team is not going to be a playoff team at all for the rest of this time that we're doing this rebuild, then I think it's just not worth it trying to continue to build a team that has only been to the playoffs one time in the 8 seasons that'll make this one in this rebuild. I mean, we played 7 seasons. This is our 8th season playing through this rebuild, and, we've only made the playoffs one time, and the one time we made the playoffs, Geno Smith threw a bad interception, and we lost the first-round playoff game to our division rival Rams, so we haven't been back to the playoffs since. We also fired Kevin O'Connell. We have Nick Sirianni as our new head coach. So that is one of the main things that has also changed as well. And unfortunately, it looks like we're already starting off the new season with an injury out of preseason. Mike Matthews, ruptured disc, out for 1 week. Okay, well, he's not our starting receiver, so we can deal with him being on the bench for 1 week to miss the first game of the season. Let's go to managed staff. I'm going to show you the new I'm going to show you the new staff that we have. So Nick Sirianni, we fired Kevin O'Connell, we fired our entire coaching staff this past off season, and we completely changed it. So we went out and we got Nick Sirianni, former Eagles coach, and he's got a lot of stuff underneath his name by this point of his coaching career. And that's what we're going with. We're going with Sirianni as our head coach. I hired him in the Carolina Panthers rebuild, and the year that I hired him, he took us to the Super Bowl, and we won it. Mostly due to Alvin Kamara, sure, but hey, he got us to a Super Bowl, and that's what I'm hoping that Sirianni is going to be able to do with us, because we haven't gotten to the postseason since Kevin O'Connell's first season after Pete Carroll retired. So we have Nick Sirianni as our head coach. Emmanuel Ortega, he's not a real offensive coordinator, but he was with Sirianni in Philadelphia. So I decided to go with him because he's familiar with him, and we also hired Aaron Ward as our defensive coordinator. He's got a lot of stuff underneath his name that I like. Space defenders, quarterback hunter, control the line of scrimmage, hybrid focus, don't look deep, and press your luck. So he's got a lot of attributes on his coaching talent tree. So we got some better players to help us out. So now we just got to figure out a way if this team is going to be the team that's going to get back to the postseason. At this point, I will take making the postseason and losing a playoff game just to say, just to do it, because at this point, I think that's the best that I could hope for with this team. Can we cut Leach without... Okay, so it won't do any penalties. And Culver, we're going to do the same thing with you. So we only have 4 receivers. So that's a little bit light there. Kind of wish I didn't cut all those receivers, but hey, we got to do what we got to do to make to get a final 53. I'm going to move Funk to practice squad. And Nick Cartwright, we're going to, it'll do a penalty. All right, well, we can't cut any of our centers because we'll get a cap penalty for doing that. Let's see. Machado, we're going to move you to practice squad. And Weston, we're going to do the same thing with you. And we're going to keep these guys as our right tackles. Jefferson, moving you to practice squad. Defensive tackles, I think we got an extra one of these. Radley, you're going to practice. Ed Coker. But it'll do a penalty, so I don't want to do that. Let's see about right outside linebackers. Logan Campbell, we're going to put you on practice squad. Okay. All right. Final 53 roster has been set. I have no idea if there's even a draft class for 2030 in the PS4 realm of this rebuild, so we're going to see what we can do. We'll see. All right, let's choose our draft class. Download from Madden, share. Let's see. I'm going to look through this and see if there's anything that has like 2030. There may have been one file, but I can't remember if there was 100% or not. So I'm going to wait until everything loads up. Take our time. Legends. Legends. One generation. Okay, well, looking for something that's a little bit more authentic. 25 legendary. Legends 2027. Updated 26. Speed killer. That was the roster I had to download for 2029 because it was the only thing that's in 2029. Good players, legends. Pickles 2030. It's the only 2030 I see, so you know what? We're going to do that one. I have no idea who these people are. No clue. So let's check out some of the names of these players that I assume are like real-life high school juniors. These guys are juniors in high school right now. A kid by the name of Alex Bannon from Oregon State is the top quarterback. Walter Lynch, a wide receiver from USC. Mark Carter. A bunch of like random names of guys that I have no idea anything about them. But these are accurate. But these are real names of real high school juniors. So that's the best that we could do this far into our franchise mode. It's unbelievable that I've done a rebuild for this many years, which has really been a long rebuild, and all of these new players are coming in, and I have no idea about any of these guys. So the landscape of the league is changing a lot. So we got a couple of our practice squad guys that got snatched up. So this is it. 85 offense, 80 defense, 82 overall as a team. Based on those ratings, this team should be good enough to be a playoff team. We got a new coach in Nick Sirianni, new offensive coordinator, new entire coaching staff. Hopefully this is it, but I'm not too confident. Because we've been in the 80s, low to mid 80s, for this entire rebuild. With a 99 overall halfback, 290 overall receivers, decent offensive line, good secondary, and we can't make the playoffs except for the first season in 2024 that we had the first full off season to, do stuff. And that was even an off season where we were in salary cap hell. We couldn't do anything. I couldn't bring back guys like Jordan Brooks or even Bobby Wagner, who I wanted to keep, but we didn't have the money. We didn't have the funds. We didn't have any of the available funds until 2 off seasons deep into the franchise mode. So therefore, I was, handicapped with what I could do to make this team better. And now we're in 2029, and we've only made the playoffs one time throughout this entire rebuild. So yeah, it's been a tough 7 years going into our 8th season now, as playing as Matt Hasselbeck, who's the owner of the team and has taken over back in 2023. And yeah, guys, this has been a tough rebuild. It's kind of been fun to create this whole new world of the NFL with new player names. A lot of players that are household names retire, and the landscape of the league is starting to really change now. But that's about it. That's all I really like about it so far. So we're 3-4, not doing very great. Then again, I didn't expect too much, even with the change of our coaching staff and some new players. We're going into a game against the New Orleans Saints. They are 4-3, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the negotiating things with the players, because if there's a chance maybe we get to a Super Bowl or something like that, and we're just like one win away, and of course Kenneth Walker wants a new deal. Kenneth, you're going to be a Seattle Seahawk for life. For life, son. We're not letting you out of our sights. Player friendly, 4 years, no risk. And Jackson Smith-Njigba, you're going to be a Seahawk for life as well. Wow, okay, so he wants even more than that. Wow, okay. We'll come back to you, man. All right, but I think some of these other guys I'm willing to part with, including Mayfield. He's starting to decline as our left outside linebacker. Kyler Gordon was really our third corner. James, we also have Scruggs as well. I think I'll let Zitner be the new starter over Bradford. He's just getting better than him. Ezian, Campbell, you really haven't developed into the defensive player that we wanted. You haven't been a consistent guy. But you know what? Juice I'm going to negotiate with, but we can't do that till week 12. Watson, get out of here. Nick Hampton, you're a backup. McMillan, you don't even want to be back here anyway. And Cade, you haven't had a chance to succeed, but you've also not really done anything to help yourself. And Will Hillman, we can get a better fullback. And Holcomb, Cartwright, Coker, yeah, all these guys are going to be walking away. But we're good. But next week, when we get to negotiate again, we're going to get Smith-Njigba inked in on a long-term deal. We got Walker, but we need to get Jackson back. So he's going to be a part of this team one way or another. We want him to be a Seattle Seahawk for life. That is what we want to do. He's developed into a great player, so we want to keep him. All right. I don't know how many games we've won in a row, if we even had a winning streak this season. We're 4-3 against the Saints. We're third place in the NFC West right now. Let's see if we can get a win against New Orleans. We don't go into a tailspin. Okay, good. So we're back to 500. That's nice. Get a slim 7-point win. Not a slim win, but, decent one. Okay. So Jackson wants a very player-friendly deal to come back. This is 6 years. All right, 6 years. He's gonna be a Seattle Seahawk for life. He's not retiring in anything but the Navy and the Nike stripe and all that. Yeah, he's retiring a Seahawk. All right. Now, because of that, I want to save a little bit of money in other places. So, Zitner, we're going to bring you back over Bradford. Will you take the neutral deal? Okay, so he wants a player-friendly deal. He wants us to be committed to him for a little bit longer. Neither of them are really as super interested in coming back anyway. All right, so we'll do Scruggs later when we get a chance to negotiate with him, and we'll do that. Oh, great players. But we got the big bad boys, and that's one thing that we haven't been able to do during this rebuild. I think we've beaten the 49ers maybe twice during the rebuild. They're starting to, I guess, decline just a little bit, because I'm sure there's been a lot of players on their team like maybe Deebo Samuel, maybe guys like Chase Young have retired, so they may be slowly starting to decline. Because they're 3-5 right now. We're second place in our division. Cardinals are 6-2. So, they're the team that we're probably hunting this year. Fight it, get into the playoffs. We're 4-4 right now. if we can just get a couple of really solid wins in a row, maybe that could catapult us into being a playoff team. I just don't know if Sayan is going to be the man to do it, though, because he had a good rookie year last year, but can he put together 2 solid seasons in a row? That's one thing I worry about, especially doing it with a new staff. Wow, we blow out the 49ers to get to 5-4. All right, we're 1 game back from the Arizona Cardinals for first place in our division, and we play the Washington Commanders, and their top player is Chop Robinson from Penn State, a rookie that was rookie in the beginning of this rebuild. But unfortunately, we have a new injury, and Kenneth Walker pulled a groin, and he's out for 4 weeks. Oh my goodness, that is not what I wanted to see. Well, look, we're going into a stretch of our season right now where we really can't afford to falter. So I'm going to have to go to free agency because the trade deadline has passed, and I want to see if there's a decent running back out there that we could bring in to give us a little bit of help for these next 4 weeks. Because losing a 99 overall halfback is something that, number one, we can't afford to do, and number two, I mean, just we can't afford that, So the top back is Ramondre Stevenson, who's been in the league, I think, for, I don't know, many, many years. Let me see. Ratings, health, motivations, tags. Okay, well, I'm not really doing that. All right, well, we're signing Ramondre Stevenson to the roster. We're going to bring him in to help with this 4-week stretch where we don't have Kenneth Walker available. I just hope he'll be able to help us out a little bit. Unfortunately, this means we got to cut somebody, put him on practice squad, do something. We got to adjust the roster. Okay, so let's go actually to our secondary because we probably have a lot of extra players that are there. Let's go to our free safeties because we've got, Carlos Smart. We're going to put you on practice squad. If somebody picks him up, I'm okay with that. Okay, so let me take a look and see our roster right now in terms of Stevenson and how good he might be as our replacement running back. So Stevenson is actually an 83 overall. I could have given Blake Corum a chance to really be the main guy, but I want to have at least a veteran presence in there. And, Corum still gets plenty of touches, plenty of reps, plenty of touchdowns down by the goal line, it seems like. Stevenson is going to start for a little bit in the place of Walker. And after that, we'll have Corum, maybe get more reps as well. But we're playing the Washington Commanders team this week. They are 1-7. Wow, okay, so they're one of the worst teams in the league. We can actually negotiate right here. So can we actually negotiate once again? I forgot there's somebody. Oh, yeah, so Zittner. Yeah, we want to get him. Okay, so he wants a player-friendly deal. He wants a 3-year deal. Will they do this? Good offer. Okay, so we got Zittner back, who we drafted a few years back as our left guard. Bradford, I'm not bringing back anymore. We finally have found somebody that can be more successful than him, so I'm going to risk letting him walk. We can't negotiate with... You know what? James is better. Let's bring him back on a 1-year deal if we can. Perfect. Okay, so he just wanted 1 year. Okay, so Scruggs, get out of here. We're bringing back the better center anyway, just to make things a little bit better for us. Left outside linebacker, we're just going to address it majorly in the offseason and maybe even address it in the draft if we keep doing this rebuild. But everybody else is expendable, and we got to save some money because right now we have $89 million in cap left. Now, we may have some players retire, so that will open up a little bit of more cap space, but we need to, change things up a little bit. So let me actually go to our team, and I want to take a look at finances, actually, because we're in the negative right now. So I'm going to adjust the prices a little bit. So we're going to go down to $4. Current price is $3. Let's go up a little bit. Hot dogs going up a little bit. Go up a little bit on some Some of that merchandise. Nike Super Bowl. Well, Super Bowl team. Well, we haven't won a Super Bowl, so we ain't going to do that. Team revenue. Income, expenses, player salaries, income. Yeah. Stadium lease. Yeah, we're not doing so hot financially, I feel like. I haven't really looked at that very much. I don't really look at that during rebuilds anyway. I mostly look at the team. And we haven't really gotten an alert that it's like, hey, you're on the verge of losing the team or something like that, you know. So, you know. You know what? Let me actually take a look at maybe... can I look at anything with, like, maybe the stadium or something? Let's go to fan happiness. So, least popular team popularity, most happy market size. Yeah. Stadium rating. Can I maybe do anything to make the stadium better? Maybe any improvements to the stadium? I know it's, you know, nice, but oh yeah, stadium. Okay, let's go here. Rating 1. Okay. Can we upgrade the stadium? We can't. Parking. Current upgrade, Seahawks parking, team store. Renovate. Yeah, we can't do anything to upgrade the stadium. The owner needs to renovate our seating very soon. The owner needs to renovate the parking very soon. The owner needs to renovate the team store very soon. Well, it looks like we don't even have the finances to even do anything like that right now. So Lumen Field is 27 years old, size 4, rating 1, fair. Okay. Well, if we get more finances, you know, upgrading the stadium I think would be pretty nice. All right, then. Let's get back to football. Let's beat the Washington Commanders, hopefully. We can't afford to slip up now. I mean, seriously. We're finally over 500 for the first time, and I feel like a long time in this rebuild, and I don't want to let it slip. Great. We get a narrow 3-point win against a 1-17, but you know what? I will gladly take that. A win is a win, and I'm not going to back down from that. But man, 38-35 against one of the worst teams in the league. We barely beat the Commanders. Oh, come on, Sirianni. Only Sirianni can probably pull that off. And we got the Rams this week, and the Rams are 2-7, so they're not doing very well this season either. So we're playing two bad teams in back-to-back weeks. Normally, we will go 1-2 or 0-2 during stretches like this. So I'd rather not have that happen. And as far as the rest of the negotiation, I think I'm just going to let everybody else walk. We're going to save money everywhere else. All right. And we still also don't have Kenneth Walker. That was our first game, I believe, where we had Stevenson start in Walker's place. So our running game has taken a back seat a little bit. But I think that Walker is only going to miss this game and then the next game, and then he's back. Let me check the injury report, actually, and see if how many more weeks he's got. Okay, he's only going to miss actually, he's going to miss 3 more weeks. Okay, so he'll miss 3 more weeks. And Ramondre Stevenson got hurt in the game too? Dislocated shoulder, out for 1 week. Wow, so we signed the guy to replace Walker, and Walker's replacement gets hurt too. Okay, Blake Corum, you are starting this game this week against the LA Rams. This is your chance to shine, kid. So go out and do something and show us that you were worth a second contract too. I wanted to bring Corum back to have a decent backup running back. So he's got to play. He's got to show that he can do something against the Rams. We're playing a division opponent this week. They're 2-7. We're 6-4. We're fighting for playoff positioning right now. For the first time, and it seems like a long time, we actually have a chance to make the postseason. So we can't lose to bad teams at this point of the season. I know we got injuries to our backfield all over the place, but we got to rise above that. And guess what? And look, surprise, surprise, as if right on cue, we lose to the Rams that are 2-7. Well, fortunately, Stevenson will be available for this game, but against the Cardinals, who are leading the division. If we could somehow pull off an upset win in this game, it would really make a difference with us maybe determining whether we're a playoff team or not. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have a 95 overall Garrett Wilson. I guess he was tired of playing in New York and wanted to go play with maybe, I guess, Kyler Murray in Arizona. I don't even know if Kyler Murray's still in the league right now. Based on his decline in our Cardinal franchise, I don't think he's doing much better. And we lose to the Cardinals. So now we've tumbled back to the third place in our division, and we have another new injury. The injury bug is getting us bad, guys. Mayfield is out for 1 week with a quad strain. Walker will miss 1 more week. And Cole Holcomb has a partial PCL tear, so our backup middle linebacker is out for 5 weeks. I'm not going to put him on IR just yet because also we did sign a new starting middle linebacker, so I'm okay with Holcomb having to, take, a little bit of extra time off. And we have a couple of linebackers that could fill the void as far as rotation. But unfortunately, because we lost that game to the Cardinals, they're 8-3. They're looking like they're more in the driver's seat right now, and we've tumbled back to 3rd place in the division. I'm not looking at the playoff picture just yet because I'm pretty confident that we're not in the picture, but I'll take a look at it going into this week and see if there's any outside chance that we have. I mean, we still are a 500 team. We've won more games than we did last year already, because last year I think we only won 5. So we've already toppled last year's win total, which is nice, but need more than that. So playoff picture, we're nowhere in sight. But one silver lining is that there's 2 NFC West teams currently in the picture with the Cardinals and the 49ers, and the 49ers is a 7th seed. So I think we play the 49ers. I don't know if we play the 49ers twice already. I want to take a look at our schedule. Have we played the 49ers twice? Because I know we beat them 1 time this season. So what divisional games do we have left? So we played the 49ers once. So we don't play them again? Oh, we already played them. Okay, so our 4th game we played at the 49ers and lost. So we've already played the 49ers twice, and we have only 2 divisional games left, and one of them is against the Cardinals, which is in the next few weeks. So if we could pull off an upset win in that game, that would give us a shot maybe to make the playoffs. But we can't afford to just win that game and lose most of the rest. We can't slip up. We have a chance to make the playoffs. We seriously do. I know we've got injuries. I know we've got all this stuff surrounding us that's turmoil. But we're playing the 4-8 Texans this week. We're playing another losing team. So we got to beat teams that we should beat on paper. We can't slip up right now. We've done this way too many times throughout the tenure that I've controlled this team, and I don't want to see it again. And it looks like we're going to see it again. Now we're under 500 again, and we're last place in our division, where we normally belong. This is just so annoying that this team just can't get out of their own way. Like, just when we have a little bit of momentum going, we won 2 games in a row to get over 500. We win 2 in a row to get to 6-4, and all of a sudden we just lose 3 in a row, and we just lose 3 in a row. We lost by 3 points to a 4-8 Texans team. And now we're playing a 5-8 Jaguars team this week. So we're once again playing a team with a losing record, but something tells me we may lose this game too. And Kenneth Walker is back by now, so maybe that'll help. But, man, hopefully they give Walker the ball as many times as they can in this game, because our running back is finally back. We got a 99 halfback. Okay, I guess Walker returning finally helped out, but once again we have another new injury. All right, who is hurt now? I know Holcomb's still out. Andre Jones, our starting center, has a ruptured disc and he's out for 3 weeks. Okay, well, at least we got Scruggs to back him up, and Holcomb is only going to miss the next 2 games. We got to win against the Jaguars, so thank goodness for that. So we're back to 500, but we're still 3rd in the division. And we are not anywhere, of course, in the playoff picture. We would have to take out the 49ers in order to make the playoffs as a 7th seed. Maybe that'll come down to the last game of the regular season, but I think that will only matter if we once again upset the Cardinals this week. We beat them earlier in the year in a blowout win, which was a major upset. It might have been the upset of the week if you ask me. So this is big. We're getting to the end of the year. We got to win this game. This is a must-win game. I'd play it, but we also have the last game against the Rams, and yeah. All right, come on, saying, come on, guys. Just get this, just to sweep the Cardinals this year. We got a chance to make the playoffs. Get to over 500. And we don't. We lose by 21 points to the Cardinals. Well, it may be it, guys. This season has the team looks like they're doing better this season. It also looks like we got another injury. We've had a bunch of injuries this year as well. Josh Pascal, dislocated ankle, out for 7 weeks. So our starting defensive end is out for the rest of the season. So I'm going to put him on IR. I'm going to place him on IR because we only have a few more games left. We may not be making the playoffs. So yeah, I'm going to go out and get another starting defensive end because that means Campbell has to start, and Campbell really hasn't done too many good things throughout his career here. So I'm going to go out and be looking for another defensive end to fill the void. I think Holcomb is going to come back this week, so that'll help our linebacking core. So let's go to free agency and let's go out and get another right defensive end to help us out. Jalen Harrell is the top defensive end out there. He's a 5-year man out of Michigan, 5th-year man out of Michigan. So we're bringing in another Michigan Wolverine. Probably Blake Corum's teammate at Michigan, I'd have to guess. So he's going to be our starting defensive end for the rest of the season to rotate with Campbell as well. I think Campbell is actually better than him in terms of overall. So Campbell may still be the starter, but we needed another defensive end to just fill a roster spot for the rest of the year because the starter's now on IR. Pascal's on IR. So Campbell actually is better than Harrell. But, Harrell is a scheme fit guy and he'll help, just bring some depth to the defensive line that we need while our top guy's out for the rest of the year. All right. 98 overall Lamar Jackson coming to Seattle to play us. Let's view the playoff picture just out of curiosity. See if we're anywhere in here. Nope, we're not. And as a matter of fact, it looks like that the 49ers aren't in the hunt either. So it's looking like that 2 NFC West teams cannot be in the playoffs this season. It's looking like it. Well, I will say, despite the fact that I think we're going to end what I think is just going to have out a playoff appearance, the team has improved this season, but by improvement, I mean just by a few games. This is the most amount of games that I think we've won since the playoff season we've had. So that at least makes me feel a little bit better. But this has been a tough rebuild. It's been tough for me to even get this team to be relevant at all. And I think it's just unfortunate that I can't get this team to be any better. And we've done trades, we've done moves. But in games that we need to win, we keep losing. We'll go on a few winning streaks during the year, but it just won't matter. Let's go ahead and do some upgrades for players. And we've spent money in free agency for the last 5+ years, so don't really know what it is with the Seahawks, guys, but maybe they're just one of those teams that you can't really rebuild in Madden unless you make a bunch of trades to just get a top quarterback, get top talent slipping away. But if we do miss the playoffs, it comes back to coaching. Especially because we've changed our coaching staff. Because we couldn't deal with Kevin O'Connell. So are we even in the hunt at all? Because I don't think we are. I don't know what Coach was talking about. I don't think, this is probably not a playoff team if I have to guess. So let me take a look at the standings. Can I look at the standings? I here we go, standings. So let's take a look at the standings for the NFC. So Panthers have already clinched. Cardinals have clinched our division, so we obviously can't win the division. Cowboys have clinched their division. So there's a bunch of 7-9 teams. We would have to win. We're playing the Rams this week, so if we beat them, that would knock them down. But I think it's also a deal where we got to hope probably the Vikings lose, maybe the Lions have to lose, and the 49ers all have to lose. So we need to win, but we need a lot of help. I think that's the deal. We need a lot of help, though. Let me take a look at the schedule for this week and maybe see who maybe the 49ers are playing this week. Let me take a look at the league schedule for the final week of the season. So, as far as teams that we need to probably lose, one of them is the Lions to the Bears. They may win that game. Ooh, forgot you could do this. Force away win. Okay. I hate to do this, but I think I just have to do something. Okay, so basically every team. Okay, so let's force the Vikings to win. Wait. Oh my goodness. The Vikings are playing the 49ers. Okay, well, okay. Bills, Panthers. Let's see, what other teams were kind of in that race? You know what? I'm just going to force the Patriots to beat the Saints. And I'm going to force the Bears to beat the Lions. I actually have to change this. So the Bears, I need you to beat the Lions. And let's force the Packers to beat the Cardinals just to help out a little bit with standings. Let's force the Vikings to win. Let's force... I think the Giants were not even in the playoff picture, so I'm going to force the Giants to win at home. And we're going to force... Well, Cowboys, you've already done everything you need to do. Okay, so we're fixing week 18. Normally I haven't done this. I don't do the force wins thing. I think it takes away from the integrity of this, from the integrity of football. But for the sake of this, and for the sake of our game, we're forcing wins and losses. We are playing the role of devil's advocate, and we are fixing Week 18 in the NFL just to see if there's an outside chance that we make the playoffs. When you get desperate, you do something like that. But all that doesn't mean anything if we don't beat the Rams. So let's go out and do it. We played the Rams a bunch of times to end the season. At the very least, I want to beat them one more time with this group if it is, in fact, our last game of this rebuild. One more time, potentially. All right. Will Sayin, one of the biggest games that he's probably played in. We have an outside chance of making the postseason.
Stadium in Inglewood, California.
So here we go. All right, here we go. What side of the ball are we starting on first? Offense. Love it. Okay, Justin saying. All I'm just saying is that we got to get everybody involved, including our backup running back, Ramondre Stevenson, who breaks the tackle and gets up to the 45-yard line.
5 yards shy of midfield.
Wait a second. Where's Walker? Hold on a second. What's going on? Where's Walker? Walker's still hurt? How? I thought he came back. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. I did not know I was going to have to play this game without Kenneth Walker. Wow, okay. That changes up things. A lot. Jackson. Got hit.
Incomplete.
So Kenneth Walker has a hand injury. He's out for the game. Andre James, of course, is still out. So we're having to do this game with a bunch of injuries, but gotta find a way to overcome it one time. Just do something one time, guys. Hunter Henry, almost a first down, 3rd and inches. All right. I know we don't have our 99 workhorse, but we still got a decent backup running back in Stevenson. So what are we going to do? We're going to be smart about this. We need inches. We'll get those. We got to play smart football in this game. Even if we don't make the playoffs, I just want to play a good game, and I want to win this game, and I want to play smart football. And that's what we're going to do.
They go play action
Henry, good route, man. Get past him, gets the first down once again. All right, Justin saying 3 of 4, 40 yards, having a pretty good game. But you got to still rely on that running game. I know Stevenson is not our main guy. We can still run the football if we need to. All right, shift.
Now fake on the jet sweep.
Here we go, Stevenson. Follow your blocking. We got this offensive line revamped this offseason a little bit. We got some new guys, especially at center. So now, do some good things. All right, 2nd down and 4.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Justin.
Escaping the pressure.
Justin, run. Run, boy. Run, Justin. First down.
Bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Let's go, Sayan. The former Alabama Crimson Tide man.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Here's Stevenson.
Get in there. Just down at the 2. Okay, good. Okay, so we got a good drive going for the first quarter. Let's punch this thing in. I don't want to play any games.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Blake Corum. The Michigan man finds Painter. Touchdown, Seattle. Nice job. I know that Stevenson was the main workhorse on the drive, but Blake Corum, the little man from Michigan, is in the end zone for 6. All right, defense. We've struggled a lot throughout this rebuild. Let's rise to the occasion for this game and try our best. There we go. Okay. Kyrie Williams almost did get a first down. Met him at the point of attack. You know, that's small progress. We'll take it.
Again, it's Williams.
Oh, how did I miss that? I totally misjudged it. I tried to go in with the hit stick, but I just wasn't able to get a hit on it.
Now they're knocking on the door.
All right, let's go. Let's shift it a little bit here. Man, ooh, big hit by Collins. Let's go. He said, "Not on this play. Not on this play." I'm going to keep running it with Williams. I got a feeling. Okay, well, the quarter's over.
After 1-7-0.
All right, first quarter, we had one drive. We took it down the field and scored, but here come the Rams. They're knocking on the door.
Go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
I formation.
They'll let the
how did
take him
he...
And he'll get into
He picked the one spot where my guy wasn't, and he just ran it in. Oh, that's annoying.
So here's the
3rd and 2.
upcoming.
We're not playing games. Get this first down, guys.
This
Come on.
defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
Is that a face
he's
mask?
able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Thought it was a face mask. Maybe a jersey tug or something. A horse collar. his first actually extended action.
Down,
Have it he can't get around those big guys like that. We can't, power through. Big Kun, we need you. Get back out there, son. We know the injury risk is medium, but we need you back out there, man.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
There we go, Jackson. Jackson Smith-Njigba with the touchdown. Saying with his first touchdown throw of the game. Let's go. And is he? It looked like he hurt himself on that play too. So, oh boy. All right, defense, come on. 3rd down and 14. Sure, come on, guys. Come on. These are the downs that we need to get out the field. Come on, Campbell, get in through there. Campbell gets the sack. Let's go. Just what we needed. Nice job, Campbell. Finally got through. Let's go. Just what the doctor ordered. Punt that football to us. Okay, 3rd down and 4. Double slant, double slant. We're throwing this thing. Come on, Jackson. Hold on to the ball, man! Come on!
Too good there. The contact popped the ball.
All right, fine. We'll kick a 40-yard field goal.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash.
At least we got Jake Elliott. He's true with the field goal. We're going to go up by 10 now.
17-7.
That drop was not all on Smith. I threw it right when the defender was getting there. I should have thrown it sooner than that, but still, Jackson, if you're a 90 overall receiver, you got to make that catch, man. You can't be dropping those balls. 3rd and 4, come on. Get around him. Get to the quarterback. Oh my goodness. How? Oh. Those are the kind of throws that we let happen way too much on the defense. And look, now we're down by 4. Can't do anything. This defense just can't rise to the occasion consistently by any. I'm not going to miss this defense. I won't. I won't miss this defense during this week. Look.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Can't stop. No matter how many talented players we get in here, they all seem like they don't know what they're doing.
Out of the end zone has to be
I don't know if it's just a Seattle thing or what.
As this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the second half.
Okay, we deflected that one. That was fun. If we could have gotten a pick there, that would have been even better. And that's another thing. We don't get turnovers.
They'll look to throw again.
Look at that, wide open in the middle of the field.
Tight end. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he was wide open. Just terrible. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this.
It's a 3rd down situation in the 4th quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. On 3rd down, here's Stevenson.
Good blocking. I thought maybe if Stevenson was a little bit faster, he could have probably gotten past that. It is what it is. We got to come away with 7 here. We can't settle for 3.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Okay, he held on to that one. Well, that was actually Metcalf. Let's go a little bit quick here.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Come on,
Fighting for the end.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious, Corum? Are you serious?
Short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8.
On the doorstep, and you do that?
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drives.
I wanted more options. Is it going to jump to the next play? I can't go back and review the play. Speed normal. Fast. Rams win. This game is over. Just take me home, guys. Just take me home. Take me home. Take this series home, and take it all home. This was pathetic. Pathetic. We go into the half up by 3, and we get shut out in the second. Blake Corum fumbles the ball at the goal line. We score there. We have a chance to win, possibly come back. Instead, we lose.
Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner.
Just pathetic. Pathetic way to end this rebuild, this series, and everything. I don't get this heated normally, but I can't rebuild the Seahawks, guys. I just can't rebuild them. I've tried every method in the book to try to rebuild this Seahawks team. So, the Seattle Seahawks just can't be rebuilt. We finished the season 7-10, bottom of the division, just like we always do. Like we do every single season with this team. I'm just sending to the Super Bowl. I'm just going to send through the whole playoffs and get to the Super Bowl as quick as possible to end this. I do want to see who retires, just out of curiosity. I just can't believe Corum just fumbled that ball. And then again, it wasn't all of his fault. Our defense, once again, just couldn't do anything to make a stop. Couldn't stop the bleeding. Let's go with yearly awards. I don't even care if one of our Seahawk guys made the Pro Bowl roster. Okay, NFC. Offensive Player of the Year was Puka Nacua, actually, of the Rams. Wow, he's done well. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, no Rams, no Seahawks, of course. Defensive Player of the Year is Micah. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no Seahawks. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nobody. Best QB, Julian Sayin finished 10th. Best running back, well, Kenneth Walker was injured most of the season, so he finished 9th. Best receiver, even none of our Seahawks receivers even made it. Best offensive lineman, no sign it cost me. Best defensive lineman, nobody. Best linebacker, Xavier Collins finished 7th, so that looks like it was actually a decent signing. Best DB, Jamal Adams finished 9th, so we actually finally cracked the top 10. Best kicker, nobody. Yeah, we didn't have anybody in the running for any awards at all. Man, just... So it's the Panthers and the Raiders in the Super Bowl. Let's check out the recap screen and see how the 2029 season ended for the final year of the Seahawks rebuild that was never able to go past a one-time playoff appearance. And look at this. We got a financial probation warning. You have ended a season with a negative balance. If this is not corrected before the deadline, your position will be terminated. You know what? I quit. I quit. See, Seattle, on behalf of speaking as Matt Hasselbeck, couldn't do it. Could not find a way to put the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs more than one time in 8 seasons. 8 seasons. We've gone through 15,000 different players, and we have only made the playoffs one time, and we lost to the Rams, just like we did to end this past season. I was not fired. I'm not quitting. I'm just saying that this franchise cannot be rebuilt in Madden 24 with the financial issues that they have. Especially the way we started this franchise with no money to spend in the first offseason and having to let good players go. That's what happened. We got behind the 8 ball early financially, and you know what? Now we're on probation. Or we're going to go on probation if we don't get it corrected. So let's take a look at the teams that are successful. The Las Vegas Raiders won their first championship as Las Vegas. They beat the Panthers. The MVP, look at this, was Mr. Brock Purdy. MVP of the whole year was Joe Burrow. Coach of the year, Zach Taylor. Rasheed Rice, Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year yet again. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Johnny Alzmaza from the Panthers. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Zion Peppers of the Saints. And that is going to do it for this. But I will check and see if we had any retirements and see if anybody's ended their careers as Seattle Seahawks on the final season of what ended up being a train that continued to get off the tracks and just eventually crashed and burned, and we just couldn't do anything to stop it. 2029 retirements. Let's see who retired from us. So Hunter Henry retired after 14 years, and so did Jamal Adams. Well, guys, wish you the best. Thank you for everything you've done. That's going to do it for the Seattle Seahawks rebuild in Madden 24. I'm honestly ready to just move on to something else because this series has been, I've enjoyed doing it, but doing it for 8 seasons is a long time, and I really got frustrated after like year 5 because with some of the other rebuilds that I've done, I've made the playoffs at least more than once. And maybe we lost in the first round, or maybe we lost a few rounds into it, or maybe we lost a Super Bowl or something like that. But this rebuild has been tougher than any of those because this team only made the playoffs one time in the 8 seasons that I controlled them. I feel like I've turned over every possible rock to try to get this team to be better, but it just didn't happen. And unfortunately, we end the season with 1 playoff appearance, and our owner, Matt Hasselbeck, is in financial trouble of owning the team. So we're in the negative, and we're in trouble, and the Seattle Seahawks, unfortunately, I am leaving the Seattle Seahawks in a pretty bad spot. But you know what? Maybe there's somebody else that could turn this team around in the Madden universe. Let me know if you want to try this. And if you have better luck than me, and if it worked, what worked better. So guys, let me talk about what's coming up next, since this is going to be the end of this rebuild series. I still have the Pittsburgh Steelers one that I'm going to move on to. If I feel like it tomorrow, I might hop back into that, because with that one, we're only 1 season deep, and we're getting ready to go into the 2024 season. So I still have a lot of work to do with that one and a long way to go. Fortunately, I think that team is actually in a better position to do good in 2024 in the first full off season than this team did for like 8 seasons in a row. So that's what I'm hoping for. And also another thing I'm going to look at doing is that I need to check this, but I want to see if I can do a maybe like 1 season deal with the Dallas Cowboys with updated rosters, because the draft classes are done. And even though the NFL offseason is still getting new players signed and everything like that, pretty much the roster makeup of most teams is what it's going to look like for 2024 in real life. So we can get a preview of what Madden 25 will look like, even if it will be called that, but I don't really know. So anyway, guys, thank you for everybody that's tuning in this series of rebuilds on the Seattle Seahawks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. This is the one rebuild where I couldn't deliver a Super Bowl championship. I mean, then again, I've done rebuilds where I finished short of Super Bowl championships, but it is what it is, guys. And I thank you for checking out the rebuild, and I will see you guys in the next video with the Steelers, and we'll move on from there. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.